This is the agenda for today. We will start with a small introduction of Globant. Then we will move to the innovation process that we run inside the company. We will talk a little bit about the Internet of Things, and then we will move directly to the Ibeacon technology that is the main topic of today's webinar. Actually, this is a small presentation of what we do as a company. Globant has 10 years on the market now, with over 3,100 of employees on the company in different sites around the globe. We have big brands working with us like BBVA, Cisco, EMC, National Geographic, and so we performed several acquisitions over the last 4 or 5 years. Every acquisition we ran on the past was to increase our capability on different technologies. Our locations are globally. Basically, our main presence is in Argentina, and we also have offices on Colombia, Uruguay, and Brazil as delivery centers. We have really good presence on the United States with headquarters in San Francisco, and also we have presence on the United Kingdom in London and in Glasgow now. We, as an innovation company, not a technology-only company, we try to see all the trends and users, our customers, and we try to be involved in every place of the interaction with technology during the day for every user. This is a sample of what we do for different brands and companies that are working for us today, and the interaction with technology the users have. Any of our propositions or any of our projects, we include several technologies, several trends, and several techniques to provide a better experience and the best solution for our customers. We include mobile, big data, gamification, user experience, crowdsourcing, cloud computing, and social tools to give users all the technology, the trends, and the information they need in a really good designed application. One of the key things about Globant is innovation. We try to put some innovation practices in every project we run. A good example of this is what we are presenting today, that is Ibeacon, a new technology that arrived a few months ago that actually is on the market for a few years now. But we are now working on different ways to leverage the capacity of this technology in our customers and in the user experience. So the idea of the innovation approach is to combine user experience with technology and with the business needs in order to provide a proper solution for our customers. We try to work with different areas and different parts of our client and the final user to understand what is the driver for each application we build, the goals, the objectives, and the technology that we need to put in place to provide the best experience. Well, starting with the Ibeacon technology, we have to start with some bigger concept that is Internet of Things. In the last few months, we are hearing a lot of this concept that everything is connected, everything has some kind of access to internet and to different services on the cloud. And with this connection, every single device, every single electronic device, every single computer, phone, tablet, camera, whatever, will be connected and will be provide information available for different applications to get a better user experience. The idea of Internet of Things is have information, connection, location, sensor, and user preference all in one place, so every single application can take the advantage of this information available now. This is a sample of the numbers that were provided by GSMA regarding what will be the market in the coming years, the coming 6 years, regarding Internet of Things. How much money will be invested in connected devices, in connected appliances, and how we can leverage about this investment in the future to get new experience to final users. A good example of this is the car industry that is taking advantage of all the technology available, connectivity, internet, services, and information to improve the user experience inside the cars. The same thing will be replicated in many industries, many environments, and will change the way that we see information from computers to different devices and appliances. One key thing here, and is the first part of the beacon technology, is the information we can collect for different sensors in the devices. Actually, any entry-level smartphone has a number of sensors that provide information in real time and provide new experience for users, like accelerometers, light sensors, near-field communication, temperature, fingerprint. All that information is being stored and used by the phones today. And we can take advantage of these sensors and this information provided by users to first give new information and new experiences to users about behavior, about preferences, and about tracked information. If we think that we can have sensors working on our phones, collecting information all the time, and we can think on services that runs over the cloud services that collect that information, process information, and send us back feedback about that, it's part of the concept of Internet of Things. Moving to the next slide, we will start with the Ibeacon project and the Ibeacon technology. Santiago Piacenza will take my place now to explain you about the Ibeacon technology. Thank you very much, and I will answer your question later.
Thank you, Pablo. Well, hello to everyone. Like Pablo said, my name is Santiago Piacenza. I'm the product director for the mobile studio. So let's talk about a little bit about beacons or Ibeacon. What is all this buzz is all around? So beacons is a new technology that basically uses Bluetooth low energy signal and allow mobile applications to know how close they are to things in the real world. And based on this information, we can interact with the world that surrounds us in a way. These beacons are just small transmitters that are called, well, Ibeacons hardware or just Ibeacons. What's Bluetooth low energy? This basically is Bluetooth. We have already, all of us know what Bluetooth is. This new approach of consumption of energy that came up with Bluetooth 4.0 and has been improved in 4.1 is basically a small version of what the Bluetooth that we already know. With a standard Bluetooth, we usually send a continuously amount of information, but with low energy, we send like small packages of information. Usually, Bluetooth is used for, I don't know, headphones and things like that, in which we transmit information causes that we use a lot of energy from the phone and from the hardware itself. With Bluetooth low energy, and this does not happen. It's a much more lower bit rate of transmission, so it's a low energy also. Following with the current things that we see, or we have started to see on everyday things that surround us, we have already been, or have with us, a lot of Bluetooth low energy devices or things, and we can see all around wearable technologies today. For example, watches, tags, anything that is on the market today. So why are important all of these beacons and this technology? because it will change the way we experience the world today. I mean, this technology will provide us and will allow us to interact with everything that surrounds us, from a TV, from a piece of wood, whatever. So if we put this kind of technology on a place, we will be able to interact with what is near that thing. So in a way, it will change the way we use even our phone somehow. And I will be explaining that in a couple of moments. Basically, what it will do somehow, since we will be able to interact with our surroundings in a better way, we will be able to deliver content and interact with the users based on their proximity. And this will also be including, or we will be facing in a way some challenges on the current application that we have today from the store, like Google Play or App Store. Basically because the flow on a mobile application will change and will be based on people. Currently, you open an application, you go from one section to another, but this will cause that the application will behave based on my position. And that will be really big regarding how we will start implementing, thinking, and creating the next generation apps. So let's compare the technology with others that are or have been on the market so far until today. For example, GPS. So what's the difference between these two technologies? Ibeacon is a micro-location targeting, while GPS is a macro-location targeting. So what does this mean? GPS allows us to know where we are as long as we are not inside of a building. When we are inside of a building or we have a roof on top of our head, that's where Ibeacons comes in and where this technology can be used and take advantage. So basically, that's why Ibeacon works indoors, keep signals underground or indoors. The hardware from these beacons is within 150 feet or 50 meters, so which is very accurate, while the GPS signal precision is low and depends a lot on the location. Regarding the energy, well, since it's used Bluetooth low energy, obviously it's a low cost regarding the energy, while GPS is kind of battery draining on some situations. Regarding the structures, obstructed walls and roof, regarding the signal, well, GPS can be affected by this. And, well, in a way, Bluetooth also. I mean, it's not that you can put only one in a room and it will be able to use or will not be affected by walls or things like that. But in a way, it will be it will still allow to be used indoor, and the walls will not be affected somehow or the same way as GPS it is today. So regarding the Ibeacon with the previous technology and still available today, the NFC, the difference mainly is that you need to send the signal, or with NFC you need to be like 10 centimeters, 4 inches close to the hardware of the NFC that is receiving the signal. But with Ibeacons, you can be within 50 meters. That's mainly the main difference between these two technologies. And this allows us to, regarding the Ibeacon, to have a lot of opportunities for in-store targeting and indoor mapping, while NFC only handles one-way transactions. Beacons are really easy to construct, and there are a lot of compatible devices on the market, while NFC, it requires another type of investment and needs to be put all over, while today with beacons that does not happen and will be much cheaper. So how this hardware looks somehow? this is some of the companies that are already developing beacons hardware. Probably Estimote is one of the most mainstream today. They have been approved, had an Apple approval, mainly because when we talk about beacons, we have to think about Bluetooth low energy, and this means that can be used even by Android or by an iPhone or an iPad, anything that has Bluetooth. This causes that, for example, Apple has released some Ibeacon specifications for everyone who's a member of the Apple program can make hardware, like especially for iPhone. This is like for what it means in Apple, the Made for iPhone program, allowing some hardware to connect specifically or iPads. There are other ones besides Estimote. We have Kimball, Gipsy, Qualcomm, and also, which is also important, an iPhone is already a beacon. The same thing with an iPad. So this allows us, in a way, for all of the people who have today an iPhone or an iPad, to make these devices into beacons itself and start sending the signal for other devices to pick it up, that signal, and start using the advantage of this. So how does this technology work? So a beacon is a technology that is very simple. It only sends a signal. It's a beep with a unique identifier of that hardware that a phone can pick that signal and do some action with it. Following going deeper with the technology and itself and how we identify this kind of devices, each beacon has 3 identifiers. One is this unique identifier that basically distinguishes one beacon from another beacon. All right, so it's a unique ID. Or to put it in a way, the beacon itself has 3 identifiers that create the unique identifier of that beacon. So, for example, I might have, I don't know, the beacon ID for Globant, and then setting the major, which is specify the particular beacon within a group. I can say, all right, this is all of the beacons from Globant, and we have, for example, the beacon number 1 is the one that belongs to a specific location, and then beacon number 2 to another one. And then we have also the minor, which sets another number that will be inside of, for example, that office, for example, the entrance, the coffee, the cashier, or things like that. So we identify each beacon with these three numbers that, in a way, causes that we have one identifier for each beacon in a composed way. All right, like I said before, this beacon hardware is really simple. It only sends a signal with its ID. Every a few seconds, it sends that bit, and anyone who can capture that information can do things with it. And how this works? Well, when I'm in a specific range of that beacon, I can pick that signal, and reading that identifier, I can start doing things with it. For example, send a notification, make that the user, request the user to do some kind of action, or things like that. It's really, really simple, but it will change a lot of things. Which are the we have been speaking about the range of the beacon. We have already said it's 150 feet, 50 meters approximately. But in a way, one thing that we can also know is the strength of the signal. So we can know how far or near or even immediate we are close to that beacon hardware. This allows us a lot of cases that we will be seeing in a couple of moments. So which are the supported platforms for this technology? Well, regarding iOS, the latest iPhones and iPads from the 4th generation and 3rd generation, and every device that has, in a way, Bluetooth 4.0, and in the case of iOS, the iOS 7 will be needed. Regarding the Android devices, all that we will be needing is Bluetooth 4.0 and Android 4.3 and later ones. For regarding Apple computers, all those that are equipped with Mavericks operating systems and Bluetooth 4 will be able to use some specific software like Ibeacon, which is an application from Radius Network. We will be also taking advantage of this. So let's go and talk a little bit about application examples and different use cases. We will only be mentioning a couple of ones. What is important here is to know that this technology is not tied to a specific industry or type of companies. The truth is that any industry, any company can take advantage of it, and at some point they will need to do it somehow. So it's important to see some cases. So here at Globant, we have first developed a proof of concept for this technology. So we have created a booking beacon app, and the goal for this app was, first of all, start working with beacons, but the focus of the application was to provide some use cases that happens on our daily basis here at Globant. One is to, in a way, find a room, and the other one is to auto check in when I attend to a meeting. Why? Mainly because a lot of times happen that, for example, you don't know you don't know the people you're going to have that meeting, and with this technology allow us to, when a person comes to the meeting and opens the door and access to the meeting, automatically makes a check-in, and I can see the photo of that person who has just arrived to that meeting. This allows me to know who they are, who has been attending, who did not, and then with some gamification provide some other benefits for attending or not, for example. Another use case that we have implemented is, for example, when I'm moving around the office and I pass through a meeting room, and if I have a meeting scheduled for that day, for example, I don't know, I have a meeting for 4 p.m. or something like that, it will tell me, it will remind me, sending me a notification that I have a meeting there in a given time. So that's the app that we have built internally here to prove this technology among with other ones, and has been results very useful for us. So probably the main use case that is all over is the retail store. There are a lot of, like I said before, it's important to think that this can be used by any kind of industry, and again, it will change the way we interact with our surroundings. So retail stores is just one of our many and millions of surroundings that we have. And how will retail stores will take advantage somehow? Well, it will rather greet customers when they arrive. Somehow it could send a welcome message, reminder of previous purchases that they have done. It will allow users to have a smarter shopping list by offering target by store location loyalty programs. It will allow cross-selling, most of all, and also important payments. This will be a technology that we will start seeing regarding paying. A lot of companies are starting to work with it. For example, Apple and PayPal, they're working together to bring payments to the Ibeacon environment somehow. Another important, but I don't want to say important, but another use case. I don't say that it's not important, but basically, like I said before, all of use cases are important. They have the same relevance, and this technology can be used everywhere. So travel and airlines. This technology can be used for flights auto check-in to have notifications upon departures, arrivals, delays. You can have gate guidance, or even get target offers. Sorry. For example, another case is the car rental availability, which is also important. Again, this is just to mention a few aspects. Another one that we have been seeing and some clients have requests from us is the conference. This allows, again, to make auto check-ins, to know the people who has attended, who has not, which are present in which rooms. It will allow for the people who create that conference to send personalized information and broadcast that information, and will also be helpful for provide material for the different conference rooms. Or for example, the classic personal cards. Using this technology, you can work on ways to meet people that are in the same room that have previously auto check-in with this technology. Bars, restaurants, again, it will allow to provide virtual menus, to have contactless payments, notification offers, personalized ad content according to the restaurant area. A lot of things can be done regarding restaurants and bars. Something that I forget regarding travel or airlines. This is a technology that can also be used on ships, cruises and things like that. It can also take advantage of this. Hotels and resorts. Well, you can have the virtual concerts. You can have a lot of info on amenities. For example, while I'm walking through the hotel, I can see if I don't know, a restaurant has it's available for me to book a dinner for that day. So while I'm moving through the hotel or the resort, I can start getting information and start using a lot of things that are available for me that in another way I wouldn't be able to know it somehow. Also, well, booking solutions, like I said before, and indoor location helpers. For theme parks, it can help regarding booking solutions or location helpers, and again, the same way as resorts, info or amenities, shows and attraction. I can go through the park, and if I pass near a roller coaster, for say something, I can get information about the line in there and try to book a place in that line, and then get a reminder to go there. A lot of things regarding theme parks also. Again, like I said before, this technology is not tied to a specific industry. the truth is that all industries can take advantage. All industries need to take advantage of this. There's no need to, in a way, create different apps. It's just add this technology to the current apps that we have today, and that some of you develop or some of you use. Let's go through the questions that we got from the registration side. I will go through these facts, and then we'll leave it open for anyone to make any questions that you have. Okay. Which is the difference between Bluetooth and the regular, Bluetooth Low Energy and the regular Bluetooth? Well, we have mentioned the difference is the way the information is transmitted, which type of information, and mainly energy consumption. The consumption compared to GPS, like I said before, is lower. It's not GPS, does not drain the battery at all. Is there a standard for beacons? Yes, there is. Apple has launched a specification, and the hardware manufacturers can join the Apple program in order to certify its products. Can I confine a beacon to only work in a room? Yes. With its identifiers, you can put one or many beacons as you want, and each beacon will have its own identifier and will behave the way the client or the person wants somehow. But yes, can be confined to only work in only one room. What are the best cases using beacons implemented so far? Well, there are a lot. When this technology was introduced last year by Apple, the example that they gave was the museum. The Rubens Museum in Belgium has already become prepared, and you can experience this technology in this museum. It is also available on Apple stores, which is also one of the best cases so far, and it is also, or has been also been used on the Super Bowl, and it also in American Eagle, which they are starting to put in 100 stores so far to make a test of this technology. So there are a lot of cases that are already implemented so far. So this low energy Bluetooth will not drain the battery. No, certainly not. When you are on a beacon return, you only take a signal. That's it, and it will depend on how the app is developed and the amount of times it will try to get that signal. But definitely does not drain the battery. That's for sure. Users that are not accustomed to have Bluetooth turn on, how to reserve this? Well, I guess here an important concept is the geofencing. For example, I'm in my car, I'm going to a retail store, and I'm using GPS. So when we know that the person has approached to a store, or we know that they have arrived to our store, mainly because of their GPS position, we can, in a way, make them or request for them to turn on their Bluetooth. That this could be a good approach for them to start taking advantage of this. Basically, if they don't have the Bluetooth on, this will not work. That's for sure. They need to have it on. If they don't have it, we can make the recommendation. Basically, because we know where they are based on the GPS information that we have. Is there a way when a beacon is near to suggest the user to turn it on? Well, the same answer as before applies for this one. How are you going to get people to download the appropriate app? Like I said before, there's no need to download a specific app. I mean, all industries and companies and apps will will be implementing this on the current app. There's no need to download a different one unless the company wants, but there's no need at all to different apps. This technology can be implemented on the current app that we have today. Where can I buy beacons hardware in order to avoid using cell phones? Well, beacons can be bought today everywhere. Estimate is available. A lot of places can be found. Google is a good helper in these cases. And how can I use Beacon for fundraising? This one, I guess, for fundraising, when we got this one was the tricky one, but with some gamification on it and benefits from the position or using another beacon technology that is public somehow, I can find a way, again, using some kind of gamification to help the fundraising that I need. But for this one, we will be answering offline and with a proper answer. So the next one, because we don't have much time, so and we want to leave open questions for you to make. So let me move to the questions that you have been writing here on Webex, so we can start answering them. Well, about payments, which are the possibilities using Ibeacon versus NFC? Regarding payments, I guess it's important on the Apple side. We are seeing a lot of things that I guess Apple at some point, probably this year, they will launch regarding payments. They have all of the pieces. They have Beacon. They have their new iPhone has the way to use the fingerprints. They have Passbook. So if you put all of these technologies together, they make your iPhone the perfect wallet. That's for sure. Today, like I said before, Apple is working together with PayPal in order to put beacons in several stores. This will allow together to provide the hardware and to start developing software in which we can get the checkout of whatever what we have bought, and for example make the payment with the PayPal app, or make the transaction for that. So in a way, the difference with NFC is there's no need for me, for example, to go to get closer to a hardware and pay. If I'm inside the restaurant, the hotel, or whatever, I can make the payment without moving and from my table, for example. It will allow me to do those kind of things. For example, I haven't mentioned one of case, but for example, cars. Let's assume that I have parked my car. There will be probably in the future no need for me to pay for that parking. I will leave my car, and the car will pay itself. This kind of technology will start seeing on cars today. I mean, today a lot of radios have already Bluetooth, so in a way they are already beacons. And if I leave my car and I'm parked in a place which I need to pay for that parking, just leaving it there and then leaving in that parking the car will pay for me. Going to other questions. I think the NFC and Ibeacon comparison table is flawed. Ibeacon is one way, NFC is two way. NFC can also be much cheaper than Ibeacon, with NFC tax costing a fraction of Ibeacon. Yes, it's true. They are cheaper, but they also provide less capabilities for me to do things. I mean, if I'm not close to that, and when I say close is I'm touching the NFC, cannot do anything. But the beacon might be a little bit more expensive, but allows me to build a lot of things around it. I mean, I can, if I'm far from the beacon, the app or my actions will be a set of things. But when I'm getting closer, that set can be even bigger. I can do a lot of other things, and if I'm, I don't know, near like probably 1 meter, then the app will behave in a different way. Going back to the retail example, if I have access to the retail store, I can get a welcome message. If I'm starting to walk from the hills from the, I don't know, the TV section, I can start getting offers of TVs. And if I get closer to a TV, I can get a special offer for that TV. You cannot do that with NFC. So yes, they might be more expensive, but the experience is totally different. I remember when Bluetooth proximity marketing was tried to be used with Bluetooth, mobile devices had their Bluetooth off and won't work that good. Clients will have Bluetooth activated on this. How secure is compared to complete Bluetooth stack? Well, like I said before, beacons are just a bit, it's a signal. So security is provided by this unique identifier, and since it's only sending a small bit, it does not consume the amount of energy that is used, for example, on my Bluetooth headphones that are streaming music continuously somehow. Which could be the real bit rate of any Bitcoin transaction? I don't get what they mean with Bitcoin transaction. If the person who made that question could make it again. Is it possible that this technology be in cars and communicate a car to another? Well, that's probably the example that I gave before. Yes, this technology can be in cars. In order to communicate with each other, well, you need another type of technology. Beacons, like I said before, is just a signal that is sent. But in order for two cars to communicate somehow, another type of technology it is needed. But yes, cars are also a great example for this. Wouldn't that be too dynamic, inclusive for the user? I mean, sending welcome messages, offers, a special offer, etc. as I move through the store. Yes, I mean, things can be inclusive if they are built that way. I mean, like I said before, this is a challenge on the way we will start thinking next type of applications for the flow that you will have based on the position and because of this kind of things. But in a way, why to think this needs to be inclusive? Why not think that it will be the way or the flow that the application will have somehow? I mean, yes, you will still be able to do things with the application itself, but the flow of what I can see and how I can interact with the application is how I can interact with the place in which I am. So that's the big thing here. Can the mobile device send data back to the beacon, and how this data could be read? Well, it cannot send data to the beacon itself. again, the beacon only sends a signal. Underneath, you have a web service that the phone, when it picks that signal, will send that ID and will tell, all right, this beacon which I am near is the number 7. And for number 7, I get, for example, that notification, that welcome message. So if I want to send, when I do some kind of action, for example, I don't know, rate the TV that I have just bought or that I have just seen, if I want to rate that, I will not be sending the information directly to that beacon. I will be sending to the service that attends that beacon somehow. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much about this this technology and this webinar for today. I want to thank you everyone for joining. We will be sharing this presentation. There will be a video. We will also be answering all of the questions that you have made on the registration, on the webinars, and especially those that came up after this. So please feel free to reach us, either Pablo or me, so that we can answer any questions and doubts that you have. Okay, well, thank you very much. Well, I hope to be in touch with all of you to answer any questions that you have.